Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And so we're going to talk about quite a bit. I had been watching the news conference with Tom Horman in Minnesota, with him talking about, ICE occupying Minnesota, and they're gonna draw down 700 individuals. However, I need you to know that's still gonna have more ICE officers, CBP people in Minnesota than police officers. So still, I'm gonna tell you what stood out to me though this morning when I listened to Tom Horman. What stood out to me was when he said, the sooner we'll be out of Minnesota, the sooner he was kind of saying the sooner they give us what we want. What it reminded me of is that is the big bad government that conservatives always warn you about. Remember, they always told you government would come into your communities and tell you what to do and tell you how to live. Well, that's exactly what conservatives are doing. And now all of a sudden, the Republican Party is so quiet, proving they never cared about a government coming in and telling you what to do. Hey, Miss Dakota, they just always wanted to make sure they were in charge of the government that did it. That's it. That's it. Once you learn and make that connection, you'll know. And sorry, I keep looking behind me because the dogs are playing off to the side, kind of behind me, but the cat's over here and she don't like them. She tolerates them, but she don't like them. And they doing too much hopping. And she looking at them like, listen, all that hopping shit, Rusty feeling kind of spry this morning. So him and Heidi are playing with each other. Heidi's really just throwing her leg up, putting her little thing in his face. Yeah, she gonna get up and lay it to smack it down. She is. She just watching right now. You see how she done turned? She done turned to the fireplace. She looking at the fireplace because she like, if I keep looking over there, I'm gonna get up and issue a skibbity pat. So she won't even look over there no more. Because I know how my cat is set up. Like I said, I had Bella a long time. I know exactly how she's set up. And how she's set up is she don't tolerate a lot of shenanigans. I love my cat. Y'all get away from that cat. Okay? Because I'm busy right now and I don't need the cat going off on y'all. And then you get out from over here, Heidi. Move out the way. Y'all getting too close to her. She don't like it. Thank you. Go over there. I'm sorry, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So the federal government is saying they're going to draw down 700 personnel from Minnesota. That is still not enough, period. They need to go. Good morning, Lizanne. Good morning to you. But did y'all see the nomination that Minnesota received yesterday? I'm going to give you a second because I know Trump is fucking stewing. And that's one of the reasons why I say he's not going to stop punishing Minnesota now. Did you see the news on Minnesota? Well, Minnesota yesterday was nominated for a Peace Prize. Oh, Trump is crashing out over that. You hear me? Crashing out. I'm sure. Now, I haven't seen him say anything, but I'm sure he's crashing. Oh, you said Minnesota is scamming. Minnesota will stop scamming Red Wave after Texas. When Texas stops scamming the residents of Texas, then Minnesota will stop. You let me know when Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, and Texas stop scamming. And then Minnesota will fall right after. Thanks for playing. They come in all out. Well, they were scamming. Okay. Thanks, Maud. I didn't block him on purpose because I want him to hear that part. But thank you, Maud. I was going to block him after that. Again, most MAGA get upset because most MAGA are built like him. So you see how that is empty on the inside? You see, ain't nothing really up there. If you shook him hard enough, you could probably hear him rattling up there. You're like, what's that sound? Why does it sound like a little rock in a cup somewhere? Well, that's because there's not much thought process happening up there. But what I love about this picture, look how good they did that nussy. Look how good they did that nussy. Okay? Look how good they did that nussy. Say funny, you're home for a play. Yeah, they're around here. You heard them. Because of course Rusty him and Heidi got to drink something when I start talking. Right? Only when I start talking. Right? Now, this morning on Patreon, I got some extra footage for y'all in relation to the Epstein files. Because see, the Department of Justice in this last dump of files. Hey, Maribel, good morning, beautiful. I responded back to you about the format question. With the Epstein files, when they were dumped this time, instead they tried to hide as much of Trump as they could, but he's mentioned in there over 1,000 times. He's mentioned in there a lot of fucking times, right? But what they didn't do is they didn't redact the names and faces of a lot of victims. So this morning on Patreon, I'm going to show y'all video showing somebody that came out of the Epstein file dump, showing somebody that's not of the right age in video. I saw that Netflix has moved Michelle Obama's documentary to kids' movies, and people have been contacting Netflix. Y'all should contact them and let them know if they don't handle that shit expeditiously, you're going to cancel your membership. I'm telling y'all, money. Y'all cannot be surprised at these corporations taking a knee for government. Y'all can't be surprised by that, right? Because all they care about is money. Right. You know why she was moved to kids' movies? Because Michelle's movie is number one. You say, Matt, you say Michelle is in the files too? No, she's not in the files. Melania might be, but Michelle Obama isn't. Barack Obama isn't. Joe Biden isn't. Hunter Biden isn't. Jimmy Carter isn't. Oh, they big mad because Michelle Obama's movie, people are watching it and they love it. Melania, they can't give the movie away. Okay? They couldn't give it away because nobody would want it, even if they gave it away. Sincerely, nobody would want it if they gave it away. Because people get tired of seeing. Here's proof right here. And when I saw this meme, I laughed my ass off because they would rather get a ticket, a regular ticket, a fine. But no, they want to give out tickets to Melania. That's punishment. No, don't nobody want to do that. Okay? Don't nobody want to do that. All right? And you say I'm glitching. Glitching how? Hold on. I'm going to change my internet. Hold on. I'm going to switch my internet connection. I'm going to switch my internet connection. All right. So I switched my internet connection. Oh, I'm not. Okay. I figured I probably wasn't. It went back for a minute. Okay. Awesome. Cool. While I'm glitching, I want to say Trump's a PDF. Trump's a PDF. Trump's a PDF. Y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? Okay. But this morning on Patreon, we're going to talk about that video. We're also going to talk about in data set 9 of that Epstein dump of files, right? Listen, I need y'all to hear this. In that data set 9, especially if you were looking at those files of the Epstein files, it contains a signed oath of perjury. And what was that signed oath of perjury? That someone, a victim, signed stating that Donald Trump threatened them and said they would disappear like another underager. I'll say it like that. We'll get into detail. And threatened to unalive her entire family. America. See? Isn't it funny? When conservatives believed in Pizzagate, you couldn't get them to shut up about it. But once they realized that their guy is in the files and he actually was doing things that he probably shouldn't have been doing. Ain't no problem. He shouldn't have been doing. Magically, they quiet. All of a sudden, they don't want to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, no, we're going to talk about fucking Jeffrey Epstein. Notice how now Trump calls him Epstein. He don't call him Jeffrey no more. Or Jeff. All of a sudden, they good friends. Remember, he said Jeffrey Epstein's a great guy. It's so funny now, all of a sudden, nothing. He don't have nothing to say no more. Nothing to say no more. But understand, Donald Trump is in those files, but look at conservatives get real quiet all of a sudden. All of a sudden, they don't care about children. All of a sudden, none of it matters now. All of a sudden. But it mattered before. It mattered before. But all of a sudden, it doesn't matter now. Ain't that coincidental? I told you I don't believe in coincidences. The reason why they don't want to talk about it now is because all roads point back to their guy. And they don't want to talk about their guy. Because now they make excuses and say it's perfectly fine to be a PDF. All the while them saying they love kids. Now we understand why they love kids. Oh, you'd say, what happened to All Lives Matter? Child, they quiet now. They quiet now. See, All Lives Matter only creeps out when you say Black Lives Matter. That's the funniest part. Because the only people triggered by Black Lives Matter are racist. Right? Because Black Lives Matter doesn't imply that nobody else's life matters. Black people were just saying, don't forget Black Lives Matter too. But for some strange reason, folks crashed out on that shit. I know why. Racism. They crashed out on that shit. You're right. They can't explain what Black Lives Matter that means to them. You know what it means to them? They're threatened by it. And one would have to question, why are you threatened by somebody saying Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, Hispanic Lives Matter, Chinese Lives Matter, Japanese lives, all lives matter. They do. But not in America. Catch that part. Let's get to the end of the sentence. All lives matter except in America. That was the whole point of Black Lives Matter. Just like black people sitting around right now, looking at what's happening with this immigration stuff, and we sitting back going, we told y'all. Let me tell you something. There's no group of people in America outside of Native Americans that knows America better than it knows itself, but black people. Nobody knows America as good, except for Native Americans, how bad America is. Black people. Right after black people, Japanese people. Because Japanese people remember when their people were in prison and forced to build the railroads here. Chinese people. I'm doing wonderful, James. And you? So Black America knows about the history of America, knows how America operates. But there were people who were not ready to hear the truth. Y'all remember when everybody was talking against CRT? Oh, I hate CRT. You know why? Because CRT was going to cause their children to come home and ask questions that they weren't prepared to answer. That's a fact. They were not prepared to answer those questions. Like, I saw a conversation the other day online where these people were talking about, and I assumed that they were white or probably some other minorities, were talking about, I'm tired of hearing about reparations. I don't understand why I need to pay because I never owned slaves. That's not the point. You didn't have to own anything, but you still benefited from the structure that was created. Plus, those of us who come from slavery, we're descendants of slavery. It was a whole lot that we didn't get that y'all families got. That's the whole point of the reparations. But imagine how hateful a motherfucker got to be to say no reparations because I had to do it all on my own. Well, bitch, you didn't. The system was propping you up and you still poor. I'm going to say that one more time. The system was propping you up and you still poor. That's why folks really mad. That's why folks really mad. 400 plus years start and you're still where your ancestors left off. That's the sad part. Still in poverty, still bootlicking rich people. And nothing's going to change as long as you continue to do the same thing, because rich people do not care about us. Like, for example, when y'all look at those Epstein files, did y'all notice something else that's in there? Y'all notice how Jeffrey Epstein and the rich people are talking about going to Congress and getting tax cuts and not wanting to pay taxes. Y'all see that shit? Y'all see how they talk? They know very well that they're using the government system to enrich themselves. They know that. They know it. I'm wondering when working class Americans are going to wake up to that fact. Because those rich people in them emails were very clear about what they expected from government. To keep them fucking rich. And to keep you and me poor. That was the whole goal of it. Listen, say it again, Mandy. Until you do right by me, everything gonna fail. America gotta do right by not just black folks, Native Americans, the Japanese. It's a whole bunch of people they got to do fucking right by before this country ever gonna be right. It's never gonna be right until it makes right the wrongs that it committed. And that's just a fact. That's a fact. Yep, we're women too. But you understand my point. Until they fix that's why the chances of a woman becoming president are really tough in America. Notice you had a black president before you had a woman. Y'all didn't catch that. America was willing to have a black president twice before they elect a woman. See, I'm old enough to remember Geraldine Ferraro. When she ran, she ain't getting nowhere neither. Hillary ain't getting nowhere neither. Kamala ain't getting nowhere neither. Say it again. And Barack Obama had a Middle Eastern name and they still elected his ass. They will do that before they give. I'm going to tell you, I said it before. John McCain lost the presidential election because he chose Sarah Palin. Conservatives were not fit for a female vice president. They're misogynistic. They were not going to go for no female vice president. And John McCain done had cancer. He done had all these other health ailments. She was too close to the White House. Yep, Shirley Chisholm too. But she was too close to the White House. So when John McCain picked Sarah Palin, I said then, John McCain's going to lose. I said it then. John McCain going to lose. Because conservatives are not going to vote for a woman. Conservative men are too misogynistic. They're not going to do it. Conservatives love to talk that shit about inclusion. Bullshit. That's a good old boys club. They let some women in there to carry water for the men. But when those women get too big for their britches, they push them out. Look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. The only reason why you hear Marjorie Taylor Greene saying the quiet part out loud now was because she didn't get invited to the club ultimately. They used her. And then she figured out she got used. Now she mad. But don't nobody give a shit. Because why? You spent all this time saying don't listen to fucking women. Why would they start listening to her now? And I saw what you said, Ann, that Sarah Palin was strange. Yeah, she was. But she was also ill qualified for the job that she had. She was just pretty. And you got to think about it. I want y'all to think about then compared to now. How many women, I'm going to give you one hand. We just going to use one hand for this exercise. How many conservative women in leadership roles have you ever seen in your lifetime that are attractive? I'll wait. Sarah Palin was hot for teacher. Stop playing the game. Sarah Palin listen, that woman's a nice looking woman. She's a nice looking woman. She is. Prettier than most of them that come through there. Because most of them that come through there get so much plastic surgery. Sarah Palin didn't do that. Catch it. It was natural. She didn't do that. She didn't do the plastic surgery. She didn't do the fillers. That woman is a nice looking woman. She's still a nice looking woman. But she don't look like MAGA. And she don't look like most Republican women. So when they saw her, they was hot for teacher for her. Trust me on this. Because they hadn't seen a conservative woman that looked. The conservative women prior to her were Nancy Reagan and Barbara Bush. Now Bush too, Laura Bush, his wife cute. She cute, but she don't sew enough for them to really pay attention to her all that much. Catch it. She ain't no Sarah Palin. You love Epstein? Hey y'all, Noah wants to let everybody know that he likes violating children for some strange reason. So shout out to Noah before we block him. Everybody should report him to TikTok because apparently he's a PDF. That's really weird to come in and say that, but okay. Y'all see? MAGA. MAGA. You say they saying Nancy Guthrie, son-in-law. Oh no, are you serious? Listen, y'all, when I was here in my car this morning and I heard the news talking more about Samantha Guthrie's mother and all that other shit, and they saying it's probably an inside job. My point was like, you said, what's my point? The point is you can't be here, beloved. Duh. That's the point. Get out. Boo bitch bye. Anyway, I thought, who would kidnap her mother? Because they said it was an inside job. And I went, well, who would kidnap her mama? Like, what would be the reason behind that? To kidnap her mother? Thank you all so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. What would be the reason? To know her son-in-law. Is her son-in-law oh, let me look this up real quick. Oh. What the fuck, bruh? Wow. So her brother-in-law. Why? That's what I don't understand. Did he want money from the mother and the mother wouldn't give it? So he's named as a suspect. And they just say they've towed her car. And there's some connection to her car and Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law. That's all we know right now. That's really weird. Child, he probably needed money. He probably has an addiction. He probably has an addiction and he needed money. Grandma wouldn't give it to him. Or that lady wouldn't give it to him. So then he did that. That's what I think probably happened. Addiction's a crazy thing. But 9 times out of 10, he probably has an addiction. Well, they haven't found her. They only found her car. So 9 times out of 10, he did something to her. Yep. Nick Reiner, yeah, quite the inspiration. Quite the inspiration, right? Yeah, because but her mother has not returned. They said they're treating her home as a crime scene, and that's it. Law enforcement isn't telling much information. They're trying to play it close to the chest, which makes sense. You like my picture? President wants to be a superhero too, like all the others, and they're like, "Sir, you don't measure up." But that doesn't mean he won't try anyway. I just like that his little belly is hanging out of his little outfit. They requested the ransom to be paid in Bitcoin. Yeah, so it can't be traced. That's all. That's why I'm telling you, that's why rich people love Bitcoin. Now, question. I want to ask y'all a question. Now, y'all saw the story about Jeffrey Epstein was a part of the creation of the Bitcoin stuff and all that other shit, right? Now, let's connect some dots real quick, okay? Let's connect dots, all right? I told y'all nothing is a coincidence, so we're going to connect some dots. Now, think about it. If Epstein was crucial and involved in creating cryptocurrency, right? Oh, look, I caught another strike. Somebody put in for bullying and harassment. Okay, whatever. Who cares? Anyway, listen. I'm used to this shit. I'm built for this on TikTok because the snowflakes get really upset when I call them out on this shit. So anyway, if Jeffrey Epstein was crucial in creating cryptocurrency, well, yeah, it probably was Noah. You know what I might do? I might end my live and come right back so the strikes will be gone. And then Noah ass be mad as shit because he still can't get in my live. Catch that part. But it's not just Noah. It's other ones here that are quiet. You better stay quiet. You better stay quiet because you know if I see you, you're going to get it. Y'all already know. So anyway, if Jeffrey Epstein created cryptocurrency and he also was managing this network And you know cryptocurrency can't be tracked. Do y'all get it now? Y'all get it now? Do you get it now? Cryptocurrency can't be tracked. So of course, a guy like him wouldn't want the money, because see, paper trails are what always get people caught up. You say you watch Charlie Kirk's videos every day? Wow. Okay. You're telling us and we don't care. Anyway, and I'm gonna talk about Candace and Charlie too. Hold on, I gotta get something. I'm gonna talk about Candace and Charlie too, because I'm telling y'all, it's something more there than Candace is being honest about. So I'm gonna put it out there. And it's also to put it out there that Charlie Kirk wasn't who he pretended to be. Because I got a feeling that he was getting a little bit of that. What do they say? The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I got a feeling Charlie was getting some of that juice. But we're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna talk about that later. Because Candace is acting like a scorned lover. Now she's also grifting. Because see, talking about Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk keeps her where she don't have to talk about Donald Trump and how she ain't doing his shit. Thank you for reporting, Noah. I appreciate that. He come in here talking about how he love Epstein and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what? Look at Matt, him back. You get blocked too. They ain't nothing but Noah. They crashing out. MAGA crashing out. That black bitch is on TikTok. I reported that bitch and TikTok still didn't shut down her fucking live. She's saying all this shit. This not right. What they say, you say when Charlie Kirk dropping his next video, hey, y'all want to see my Charlie Kirk impersonation? Oh, they really gonna crash out. Y'all want to? I haven't done my Charlie Kirk impersonation in a long time. Y'all want to see my Charlie Kirk impersonation? What they say? You want to see it? And let me tell you something. My comedy is slightly offensive, but the shit's still funny. All right, you ready? Okay, this is my Charlie Kirk impersonation. You ready? Thank you. That's my Charlie Kirk impersonation. Good morning, dude. That's my impersonation. I know that's what he was doing the last time I saw him. Hey, what do conservatives say? Fuck your feelings? Ain't that what they say? I told y'all I match their fucking energy. That drives them wild. Right? Thank you for giving me all 10s across the board. I appreciate it. Oh! I had seen that too, that Charlie Kirk did lean left before he passed. Oh, I got an 11 out of 10. Again, I kept just in Washington Post layoff. Huh? What happened? Hold on. Let me go to what you say, Maribel? Hold on. Let me go there. What you say? You said something happened? Layoffs? I'm not surprised. I told y'all everybody's laying people off. I told y'all, because these businesses, these companies, they want maximum profits without doing much. And again, y'all keep forgetting that rich people have decided the news is what they say it is. Yep, you got laid off 100%. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The news is what you say it is. You're right. I'm not going to talk too much more about Charlie Kirk, because Charlie Kirk's gums make me uncomfortable. But I am going to talk about him and Candace this morning at some point. I will. I am going to talk about that, because me personally, I feel like Candace is out of pocket. I feel like she's jealous. It's a whole bunch but she's ultimately grifting. Let me be honest. She's talking about Charlie Kirk so she doesn't have to talk about Donald Trump and how Donald Trump failed. Where y'all Doge checks at? Y'all get y'all Doge check yet? You ain't gonna never get no check. That money is going in Trump's pocket. You're not gonna get shit. It was never set up for you to get nothing. It was a lie. You were never gonna get a damn thing. Oh, also this morning too, you guys, on Patreon, we're gonna go over and watch a video of a kindergarten teacher that tried to call and report an entire family to ICE except the child. And she's a teacher. Like I said, she's a kindergarten teacher. That's the type of bitch teaching kids. She's a hateful, racist bitch. That's who she is. And quiet as kept, they need to expose who the fuck it was who called. Expose her ass. Yup, don't let her hide. Expose her. So she don't have nowhere to hide. See, the problem is the racists don't give them a safe space to hide. Yeah, Trump ain't never paying us. He been saying that forever, right? You say Trump likes to make up names. You call them skid marks. I like that. She got fired? Good if she did. Look, I'm looking it up now. Oh, yeah, she was dismissed. Again, we have to be careful about who are teaching our kids. You have to be careful about who has exposure to your fucking children. Real talk. Because a lot of people out here, they ain't right all the way up here. Because they've been raised to be hateful ass people. I saw this earlier and I thought about it. People say, remember what we talked about? And I said, people always say, this is not America. This is not who we are. But I saw this morning and I said, no, this is exactly who we are. This is exactly who we are. All Trump did was pull the veil off and people couldn't hide behind shit anymore and claim, oh, immigration is just about, we want them here legally. No, it's not. The veil is off because they even taking the legal ones. It's about, they just don't want nobody here that's not white. That's what it was about the entire time. It was never about patriotism. It was never about safety. It was never about any of that shit. Real talk. And no, Joe, I'm not willing to just enjoy my life and go, nothing will change. Y'all can do that. Like I told y'all, America's going to fall because of weak men. I told y'all. That's why America's suffering now. Weak fucking men. And I stand by that assertion, and I've been saying it from the beginning. Weak men will be the fall of this country. No, weak men. Yup. Weak men are going to be the fall of America. That's why it's already fallen. Notice the men, you're right. Let's be fair. The mediocre men, because the strong men, if they don't lay in bed with it, the mediocre men will get behind other guys to shut down the strong men who are pushing back. Real shit. America loves, my daughter asked me this morning, she said, how come people always stick flags on their cars or hang them from their house? I said, it's fake patriotism. It's performance art. Most people who always walk around with a flag or flag pins or stickers, those are usually the least patriotic people in America. They just cosplay as patriots. They're not real patriots. Most of them have never read the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. They don't read history books. They don't know nothing about America. They just do the shit because they think it makes them look cool. America. That's all. Yep. And fake ass Christians. Say that shit again. That's all. It's fake shit. And a lot of it is nationalism. See, a lot of people are indoctrinated because they went into the service. Their first socialist job, I'm putting some more wood in my fireplace. Their first socialist job was Their first socialist job was the, what do you call it? The military, right? That was the first socialist job that they ever got, was the military. And after getting that socialist job in the military, they have now spent all their time talking about they hate socialism. And again, they hate socialism, but they don't hate it when they cash that check every month that they get from the federal government for their fucking service. They cash that fucking check every damn month. You will never hear a conservative that claims they hate socialism say, you know what? I hate socialism so much. Yeah, I served. However, I'm not going to continue to take money from the government because I don't need it. They don't do that. They still keep taking it. That's all. So when I saw this meme talking about, people being exposed and somebody saying, I never knew there were so many evil people living, then you weren't paying attention. Because see, my black ass pays attention. My head always on swivel. Always. Because I know how America is set up. I know how it's set up. Okay? And it's set up to play us off each other, play games with each other. And I'm telling y'all, at the end of the day, nothing changes for the 99.9. Nothing changes for us as long as we keep letting rich people control our government. But that's one of the big things I caught in the Epstein files. Just them talking about, hey, we can talk to members in Congress and we can do. They got a direct line to elected officials. You don't. Your elected official will deny your phone call, put you out of a town hall, ignore your emails. But these fuckers got a direct fucking line to Congress. Okay. All right. That's all I'm going to say to that. A direct fucking line. That's all I'm going to say to that. Child, I'm going to show something this morning on, I have to show that on Patreon. I can't show that here. Because if I show that here, I will catch a strike. November 3rd can change it if you vote, but y'all need to check something before that. Republicans are already trying to help Trump steal the midterms. That SAVE Act shit, they've been having hearings on it because they intend to vote on it and pass that bitch. Y'all better stay on fucking Democrats to make sure that bitch don't pass. And you better get on Republicans too if they're in your damn district. And specifically, pay attention to the Senate. That bitch ass John Fetterman. Contact his office. Like, your little bitch ass better not vote for this shit. Because John Fetterman's a dino. He's a dino. He's not a real Democrat. He runs as a Democrat because he couldn't win as a Republican. But he's not a Democrat. And I'm tired of him wearing them sweatshirts and them shorts and shit. It's like, have more respect for the office. Put some fucking dress clothes on. Stop the cap. Enough's enough of that shit of you trying to cosplay and pretend like you're like the people that you represent. You ain't nothing like the people that you represent. You have health care. He's just cosplaying. He's just cosplaying. That's all. Now, Steve Bannon came out with comments. Did y'all see Steve Bannon's comments? Saying, and remember, Steve Bannon is in the Epstein files too. Look. I caught another strike. It was another one. Somebody got mad. I'm going to keep on coming with it. Keep on coming with it. Keep on coming with it. Y'all can do all the striking you want. Bitch, I'm here to stay. Keep on coming with it. What they say? I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. Yeah, they mad. When I start stating facts, they don't have nothing. MAGA doesn't have anything. So the only thing they have is to try to deplatform you. That's all they have. They don't have nothing. I told y'all. It's a clown show of a party. When you start reminding them about their poverty and how their elected officials are taking them for a ride, they don't want to hear that shit. I told y'all. These people don't want truth. They like propaganda. They like being used up by rich people. They literally have the attitude, do it again, daddy. That's how they act. Do it again, daddy. Please, daddy. I told y'all, again, the Republican Party is an enemy of the state. Hands down, the Republican Party is an enemy of the state because they don't give a damn about a country that functions, does what it's supposed. They don't care about none of that. They want chaos. They want chaos. That's what they like, chaos. But Steve Bannon says they're going to have ICE around the polls for the elections. See, they're trying to keep you from voting. Trump wants to take away mail-in voting. That's what they work to do. So they would take away your absentee voting, any mail-in voting, and then on top of that, have ICE there to intimidate you and stop you from voting. Because again, if you won't vote Republican, they will make it so you can't vote at all. And I told y'all that SAVE Act bill has a clause in there about married women. Y'all see that picture? I had to put this up because Nikki Sobu okay, hold on. What's the best way to say it? She did all that capping for Trump, only for them people to say, listen, that little listen, bitch, calm down. That little card and shit we gave you, that shit was just for show, right? You can't, no, that doesn't give you citizenship. I'm sorry, it's the funniest shit I've seen in a long time. Yep, that's why Steve Bannon said he would go to jail if Trump lost. You know why? Because Steve Bannon has broken many laws. You say Indiana is trying to pass for a federal police force. Yeah, the unmarried boot camp. I started to talk about it. I started to do a video about it. And then honestly, other things caught my interest, caught my eye, and I forgot about it. I forgot to talk about that. The boot camp. We talked about it in lives, but I haven't done any videos on it. Nick, but this is the thing, Ann. The White House said, look, I just caught another flag. Look, they just reporting their ass off. They mad. They mad this morning, y'all. They mad. Now I got 3 restrictions. Ooh. Ah. Thank y'all. Tapping is clapping. Tapping is clapping. And then if you could hit that copy link button, it counts as a share. It pushes it out regardless of what TikTok wants to do. Because I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. I'm going to say it. The reason why Bannon and a lot of other people in the cabinet in the previous cabinet had a lot to gain from Trump being president again, because I'm telling you, I feel like a lot of shady shit happened around this second election too, that we'll never know. Hell, even Trump said it happened. Y'all know Trump cannot keep a secret. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. Y'all know Trump can't keep a secret for nothing. If he can't hold his bowels, he certainly can't hold a secret. Some shiesty shit happened. Of course it did. But we'll just never know what that shiesty shit was. Catch that part. We'll just never know what that shiesty shit was. Now, I saw another, I don't know, did y'all see when Trump went off on Caitlin Collins yesterday? When she asked about Epstein? He don't even want you asking about it, okay? But I thought the files were going to exonerate him. Hey, Alan, he doesn't even want them asking about it. You know? He crashes out. But I thought the files were supposed to set him free, though. He wants us to move on and we won't. We're not moving on. There is nothing he can do to make us move on. And if he stops elections, well, that just gives us more time to focus on Jeffrey Epstein. You like that picture, Oscar? You caught that? Nikki was all booed up. What they say? It was all good just a week ago. She thought she was in just a week ago. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Trump administration said, wait a minute. I think we have a little bit of a misunderstanding here. That's just a memento. So you can look, she can take it with her when she get deported. Catch that part. I told y'all yesterday that the Trump administration got Nicki Minaj on a leash, at a very short leash. And if she say anything she ain't supposed to, if she don't do anything she not supposed to, they gonna yank that. Hey, you better say it. I love President Trump. He's the best president I've ever had. Say it again. Say it with conviction. I love President Trump. He's the best president I've ever had. Again, I don't take Nikki seriously. Now, she came out and said she'll release her new album when she renegotiates her new contract. Ain't nobody gonna buy it. Yeah, you see how they put the AI generated content? Duh. You gotta love TikTok, right? It's called satire. But get this, let you go to a live event hosted by MAGA, putting up AI generated photos of liberals. Bet you they won't put that message there. Bet you they won't put that message there. What did I tell y'all in last week's episode of Straight No Chaser podcast? Didn't I tell you propaganda? There's a lot to be gained from you believing in shit that ain't even real. Of course, Alex Peretti AI is still up because TikTok don't give a fuck about AI when it's liberals. It's only when it's conservatives. And you show some, oh, well, we got to say that's not true. Since when? I told y'all when you play their game, they don't like that. Oh, the White House put out a lot of AI, but you're not supposed to say nothing about that. You're just supposed to suck that shit up and accept it. That's what I figured out. You're just supposed to be okay with it. You're supposed to comply. Y'all don't get it? You're supposed to comply and lay down for state government. You're supposed to lay down. When conservatives are in charge, you're supposed to allow government to be as big as possible. Like I told y'all, every time your government expands, it's usually under conservative leadership. When we spend a shitload of money, it's usually under conservative leadership. Then when a liberal gets in, they want to do austerity. That's when they want to do austerity. But it's a little late then. Now, there was an email in the Trump and in the Epstein files, right? Where they redacted the person's name. They didn't, that sent it. But it went to Jeffrey Epstein, and this was the email. It says, "Thank you for a fun night. Your littlest girl was a little naughty." Why are they redacting that? Why can't we see? Because the government is protecting the rich people who are also exploiting kids too. It wasn't just Trump. It's a whole network of them. Oh, I'm gonna show the email in Patreon this morning. Oh, yeah. Oh, we know who wrote that. That's why the name is redacted. Yep, royal families too. Because let me tell you whose children would never be caught up in this. Rich people's kids. But your kids and my kids would. Like, you know what always struck me as odd? the amount of missing children in America. I was like, that's just kind of odd. And I don't believe in no coincidences. People don't come up missing. It's hard to come up missing where there's no footprint of you nowhere. That's hard to do. And you still alive. Right. So don't it make sense now with all the missing kids? I'm just here so people connect the dots. I told y'all there's no such thing as a coincidence. I told you. There's no such thing at all. Y'all gonna learn. That's the best way that I can say it. Now, I want to know, is there anybody in here from Texas? There's a reason why. Now, remember I told y'all yesterday about the whole screwworm thing going on in Texas, how they're having a problem with that and it's getting really, really bad, and how the federal government used to have a program that could help combat that, but they fired all those people and shut down that program because America, right? Okay, well, here is the update on that, okay? Because I found, let me go down to find it. So Governor Abbott has issued a disaster declaration as the New World screwworm continues to inch closer to the border. I don't give a shit if Abbott wants to declare a disaster declaration because government ain't going to do shit to help him. Texas going to have to figure that shit out. But understand, all of that's going to impact not just us, the entire country, because it's going to affect the food supply chain. It's going to affect the food supply chain. And you're absolutely right, Days. Parents with missing kids should want all the files released. Yep. Because I'm telling you, it's kind of odd that America got all those missing kids. And then on top of that, rich people want crypto so their money can't be traced. Okay. I told y'all there's no such thing as a coincidence. So Abbott has made this declaration in Texas. It's a statewide disaster declaration to prevent the potential spread of the New World screwworm into Texas. And this comes as more and more cases are popping up close to the border. And so they're trying to be preemptive, but the problem is the government agency that could have helped them eradicate it, Elon Musk got rid of it because Trump allowed him to. I'm just, I just want to say that to say, folks, wake up. These people are everywhere. They just don't care. Now, anybody in here from Alabama? Because I got an update on Alabama with the Tommy Tuberville race. An update on Alabama. Well, his rival, get this, not even a Democrat, a fucking Republican rival now is threatening to sue Tommy Tuberville over residency because he don't believe Tuberville live in Alabama, because he doesn't. He lives in Florida. He lives in Florida. He doesn't live in Alabama at all. So why are you trying to hold office in a state that you don't even fucking live in? Yep. So Tommy Tuberville either needs to move his punk ass to Alabama or withdraw from the race. So I love that a GOP person is suing him, is threatening to sue. And I would say the only way they don't sue is if the Trump administration gets to that GOP person, like, shut the fuck up before we destroy you, because we need Tommy there. Why? Tommy on autopilot. He going to do whatever the Trump administration asks him to do. Tommy Tuberville is not a leader. He's a sheep. Right. You're supposed to be a resident Zarvis, but we all know rules for thee, not for me. That's how these people are set up. The rules are not for them to follow. They're for you to follow. Right? They're for you to follow, not for these people. Not for these people to follow. Okay? So yeah, Tommy Tuberville you know, may end up having a really big problem. Oh, somebody else did something like that and became a felon. So I would love to see if Tommy Tuberville is going to become one. Oh, you made sure your neighbor had their normal 7 a.m. Bad Bunny call. Let me tell y'all something. MAGA is going to crash out on Sunday. You heard me. But have y'all heard what the Turning Point show is, right? Oh, Kid Rock and a couple of other country people. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I was on this message board the other day and somebody put up a news article saying a lot of NFL players are against Bad Bunny. Guess what I did? I went in and said, shut up and play ball. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when they told people shut up and play ball? That's me now. I don't give a fuck about what the players think about who paying the halftime show. Shut up and play ball. Shut up and play ball. I told y'all, use their own words against them. Use their own, because remember when Colin Kaepernick took that knee, they said, we don't want no politics. Shut up and play ball. I'm the same way with them players that don't want Bad Bunny. Shut up and play fucking football. You in the back anyway during halftime. Why the fuck you care about who play halftime show? You in the back. Should be having meetings about strategy and shit for the next half of the game. So they shouldn't give a damn anyway. That's what I tell them. You said the Seattle owner hates Trump. But the Patriot owner, does the Patriot owner like Trump? I don't know. Yeah, halftime is for fans. It's not for the people who play the football. So I don't give a shit about what they think. Yeah, why Nicki not performing? Y'all know why Nicki not performing at Turning Point. Y'all know why. That's why it's so funny to me. Her use has been done. The tokens have been spent. That's it. She's done. They don't need her no more. They used her for the purpose that they needed to use her for. Then they realized she didn't have enough influence. They realized Nicki didn't have enough influence to really get black people to follow behind her. So now you throw the baby out with the bathwater now. They don't care about her. They didn't care about her before, but certainly realizing she ain't got no influence. She has nothing to give them. She has no money and she don't have no influence. So why the fuck would they keep dealing with her? You think the Patriot owner was in the files? I know that the Giants owner is in the files. I don't know about the Patriots owner, but I know the owner of the Giants was in the files. You thought Nicki and Erica was going to do a music video. Erica ain't going to do no music video with her. Erica was just saying anything. I told y'all, Erica Kirk's a grifter too. She don't give a shit about Nicki Minaj. She using her too. They're all using each other and then get mad when shit don't work out the way they expected, but they all use each other. They all use each other. Now, did y'all know about the new warehouse that ICE has bought? I'm asking if you know about it. Because if you don't, I'll tell you about it. But ICE has bought an $87 million warehouse. So they can expand their immigration detention centers. Hold on, I'm going into the article now. Folks should be bothered by that shit. Real shit. Folks should be bothered. Because you can't have health care, but they got money to keep buying facilities. They got money to buy. It's in Pennsylvania, like someone said. It is a 520,000 square foot warehouse that they're going to convert it into immigration detention centers. And this is the first one that they bought. They intend to buy multiple warehouses to convert them into detention centers. Yeah, they are concentration camps. That's what you might as well call them. See? And see, this is the thing. I need y'all to follow the money, right? They buy these detention centers. Then they contract out the work to Trump's rich crony friends. Everybody's happy. See? And they get all this money to do jobs that they really shouldn't be doing. You know? Just so y'all know. That's the game that's being played. That's the game. All they're doing is stealing your tax money. That's it. Right. And ICE and CBP has become the new state police. They are the new state police. Because keep in mind, they get to come to polls when people are trying to vote. They get to go in churches and schools and businesses. They are the new state police. Oh, they not trying that shit, Wheeler in Philly. Because the Black Panthers made very clear, you can come here with the shits if you want to. We got the shits too. They tried to come to Compton. That shit didn't work there either. They claim Democrats were wasting money, but the people who waste money are Republicans. Republicans are always spending and wasting our money, giving it away to rich people. I just want Republicans to stop wasting our tax dollars and giving it to rich people. That's what I want for America. You know, that's what I want for America. But just so y'all know, the government bought this for $87.4 million. And they bought it on this week. They bought it on February 2nd. Oh, you went down that Compton rabbit hole? Listen, Compton's like, get the fuck out of here. They were vocal saying it to them. You better get the fuck out of here. Like, you must not know where you at. But you can't just be walking the streets and shit trying to bully the community over here. That shit won't fly. You say, weird how the group who wants less government are corrupt. But see, they never wanted less government. Follow my logic here. They only wanted less government when it came to giving you health care, safe communities, safe schools. Then they want less government because they want you to have to pay to have that shit. So the whole goal is to funnel that money to businesses because Republicans are capitalists. That's all they care about is cash. They don't give a shit about you. They even I told y'all they monetize on your suffering. Your suffering is extremely, what do they say? Your suffering is really profitable for them. They said now all three listen, I ain't surprised all three of them unified. Of course, because now they have a common enemy. It's a common enemy. Some Republicans think they have money too, but the others, they know they're poor, but they're mad at liberals. So the whole goal is to punish liberals. But they don't mind cutting their own nose off to spite their own face. They don't care. It's about feeling, y'all, that they're chasing. These people are chasing feelings. That's what they are chasing. Fucking feelings, not facts. That's why Democrats will always lose trying to talk facts with these people because these people don't care about facts. They care about feelings over everything. And yeah, and they're snowflakes. They get very hurt very easy. It happens in my life every day where they're constantly hurt, constantly. Oh, they're constantly offended. Look, y'all, my restrictions finally went away. I'm sorry. I'm just still laughing at that shit. I start speaking facts and all of a sudden, you know, now I wanted to show y'all this too. Did y'all see this thing? Now y'all know that Democrat won that seat in Texas, right? Y'all see what they trying to say? Read that. Just read that. I was under review. Then they came and looked at it and realized, man, ain't shit here. I figured as much. Yes. Now, Republicans claim, right, that icy weather stopped people from voting. Why? Don't they have mail-in voting? Didn't they have that? Didn't they have that option to do mail-in voting? Why didn't Texas clean up the sidewalks and the parking lots and all that shit so people could vote? Why didn't Abbott make sure that that happened? No, what it was they thought that weather would keep liberals away from the polls, but they keep forgetting them old ass fucking conservatives in an ice storm, a snowstorm, they can't afford to go to the polls. They break a hip, it's downhill from there. They break a hip, it's downhill from there. So them old people ain't leave the house. And they're not excited to leave either. For what? For Trump's policies? I told y'all, conservatives will not say to you, Trump's policies suck ass. They don't have to, because we know they do. They don't have to say anything to you, because we know what it is. But they're never going to say to you, his policies are doing X, Y, and Z. They just won't vote. They just won't vote. Literally, they just will not vote. And that's the whole, that's essentially what they're going to do. They're just stay away from voting as a means to not have to deal with the reality of what the hell is happening. That's the whole point. Now, y'all, the other thing we're going to look at this morning, did y'all see the video about that man, that MAGA man who got out of his pickup truck to attack a high school girl and how all them kids jumped them? I said, bravo, children. Don't I be saying that all the time? I say, y'all should jump them. I say that shit all the time. And those kids must have heard me, because they jumped his ass. Do I think Texas will have a new governor in the next election? I don't know, to be honest with you, because Texas is going to work hard to not lose Republican leadership. That's just the nature of Texas. Yeah, I'm going to show that in Patreon coming up. And Zarvis, let me know if you need anything. You can just say yes or no, and I know what you and I both know what we're talking about. So just let me know and I can handle that. But when I saw that footage of those kids whooping that man's ass, I said, good. He got out of his truck to go approach those children, and the first thing he did was attack a young girl. Them kids jumped on his ass. Good. They jumped on his ass. Good. These kids is like, enough, because it's fucking up the future for these children. So I'm glad they did that shit. I'm glad. You say, did you see he's grabbing on his hat? Oh, he was. He was. They say, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. That's exactly what it was. And the police say they're investigating. No, he should already be charged for abusing a minor. That was a child. He a grown ass man. Oh shit. Nook, if you buck. Oh, Nook, if you buck. Hey, Nook, if you buck. Ow. Listen. Couldn't have happened at my school, because we would stomp a mud hole in his ass. Literally. Y'all ever seen that movie, Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood? Listen. It's a very long movie title, but have you ever seen that movie? Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. Y'all ever seen that? Okay. Y'all remember that scene in the movie when dude walk up and he say, you the one who got my cousin pregnant? Y'all remember that scene? And then they end up stumping him out and dude was flat on the ground. That is exactly how we would have had dude if he got out of that truck carrying on like that. He would have been flattened. You hear me? Flattened. He wouldn't have got out of no more trucks to cause no more problems with nobody. I guarantee you cash money on that. He wouldn't have got out of no more trucks trying to fight nobody. Real shit. And I'm going to tell you why he wouldn't have got out of no more trucks. Because every time he would have thought about it, something in his spirit would have said, hey man, don't get out. Remember the last time you got out, them people whooped your ass. And that's when he just take his hand off the doorknob and he just drive away like, yep, not my business. That's not my business. Exactly. Man, what? And not only, see, I know how my people are set up, black people specifically. We would have whooped his ass and destroyed his car. So even after you left, bitch, your car fucked up too. Okay? And run tell that shit. That's what we would have did. We would have said, and if you got a problem with anything that we did, we'll be right the fuck here. Bring your friends and they can catch the same work you just caught. Sure would. Sure would. Sure would. But they say, when I'm outside in the clubs, or you think I'm a punk. Listen, we don't play. I ain't never scared. What? I ain't never scared, huh? What? Okay. Okay. Not us. Not us. There won't start none, there won't be none. But if you start it, we gonna finish it. That's the thing. That's why that shit not happening in black neighborhoods. Man, I was about to say that. I bust the windows out your car, hey, and no, that didn't mend my broken heart, hey. Listen, we would have had somebody out there with music playing while we whooping that ass. So every time you hear that song, you say, please turn that, because it's going to give you PTSD every fucking time. Every fucking time. You understand? We would literally have a soundtrack to whooping your ass. Hey, man, put on Knuckle V Buck. I get turned when we with Knuckle V. Nah. Know what I would have played? Ba 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 ba. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch. Oh, we would have had a whole fucking soundtrack. We would have had a DJ while you was getting your ass beat. Real shit. Oh, stomp. Hey, all my people say stomp. Hey, all my brothers say stomp. Man, we would have had such a party. Do you understand on that beatdown? We would have had, listen, if you play Tupac, hit 'em up, it's over. Right. Music makes everything better. And let me tell you something. There would have been a soundtrack to that ass whooping out there that day. Understand, it would have been a soundtrack to that fucking ass whooping. Because it would have started off, you might see me in the streets, but shorty, you don't know me. We telling you, you don't really know us like that. And that's what them kids in Texas say. When I show y'all this footage this morning, y'all gonna be like, and look, after they whooped his ass, he walked back to his car and got back in his car and left. That was the best part, that he got back in his car to leave. He would have never caught the beat down had he never got out of his car. Oh, what's beef? Don't get me, ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre rapper style used by me, the B.I.G. You put your money where we seeing. We reached the fucking ceiling. Now check it. My Ben Cock, this rap out for Hitchcock. Let me stop, because I'm going to catch a flag. When it come to big, I'm always going to catch a flag. Rappers too persistent. Quick to spit. Biggie name on shit. Make my name taste like ass when you speak it. See me in the street, your jewelry, you can keep it. That be your little secret. See me. B that is, I that is, gee whiz. Let me stop it. Let me stop. Don't get me started. You start playing Biggie Smalls, I'm going to help beat down. And I'm not, y'all know I don't do jail. But I'll be out that joint. And as soon as the cops come to lock me up, I didn't even want to go to jail. Somebody turned on Biggie Smalls and I had to get aggressive. That's not, no. That would, yeah. Don't get me started. That damn Biggie Smalls make me want to cut up. That fucking Mr. Kyle. Mr. Kyle gets you locked up. Mr. Kyle, another one, he'll get you locked up. Mr. Kyle, DMX, Biggie Smalls, and yeah, those three. T.I. might get you locked up too, but them three for sure, they gonna get you locked up because you're gonna get all elevated and escalated in your feelings, all sensitive, ready to fight and move furniture and shit. No, ma'am. Yeah, Pac can get you caught up, but I'm telling you, the ones that get you caught up the most is the music. It's the beat along with what's being said. You understand? T.I. would get me locked up. I already know. T.I. get me locked up. Big get me locked up. Who else could get me caught up? Lil Kim, Foxy Brown. It's a whole host of people that'll get me locked up, actually, now that I think about it. It's quite a few of them. Mr. Cow. I'm getting locked up from all of that. Crucial Conflict, locked up. Yep. So now, rolling all hey, hey, in the middle of the barn. Cause my soldier's gonna start moving outside. Like, I'm about to stump this dude to this shit right here. That's what, no. Mm-mm. 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 You say you grew up singing ballads. Oh, I like ballads too. Don't get it twisted. One of my favorite ballads is Automobile by NWA. Those who know, know. That's one of my favorite ballads. Oh, that song by Biggie Smalls with R. Kelly. I'm to you tonight. You tonight. Here's another one. And another one. Hey, that was a slow jam. As I lick you from your neck to your back in your... Listen. Let me stop. Y'all know, I love me some gangster rap. Listen, I may say killed instead of kilt, but I love gangster rap. Okay? It make me feel like a thug. Cause I ain't no thug. Okay? I'm no thug. I don't do no jail and I don't do no prison. But I'll think about it if you put on the right music. I'll think. They don't mean I might leave you where you stand now. Don't come with me talking about doing bad things. Cause 9 times out of 10, you're going to turn around and I'm not there. Okay? Because when the music shut off, I wake up like, oh shit, I'm not even supposed to be here. I ain't no thug, right? Got to keep the music playing, you know? Now, one last thing I want to talk to y'all about before I wrap up this morning is, isn't it interesting that Comer and other Republicans, they were pushing real hard for Bill Clinton to talk to Congress and Hillary Clinton. And now that they said they'll do it, they don't want them to do it. You know why? Because, see, this is the thing I need y'all to understand, because I saw a conversation about this online. But the Clintons are highly educated lawyers. They're not dumb. Congress don't have them on their heels the way people would like. That's why Comer now is like, no. I don't, no, bitch. You wanted them to come. Now they come and they just forcing a public hearing. That's all. They just forcing a public hearing so that we get to see what the conversation is. Right? That's like I told y'all before. Republicans, yep, and it's on record. Republicans only voted for the release of those Epstein files because y'all was paying attention. That's the only reason why. They really wanted to try to protect Trump and not force a release of it, but y'all was paying attention and y'all was so enraged by the thought of someone violating children and y'all wouldn't let the shit go. So they voted for the bill to release those files. But they ultimately really don't want them released either because Trump doesn't want them released. And they don't want to make daddy mad. They don't want to make daddy mad, not under no circumstances. That's why they're always working really, really hard to avoid making Trump angry, right? So understand, everything that they did was all performance art, pretending they cared about children. They never cared. They never cared. But the Clintons, they're smart. They're like, oh, no, keep saying no, keep saying no, keep saying no. And then at the 11th hour, sure, we'll come do a public testimony. Sure. See, people who ain't got nothing to hide don't hide nothing. Should Bill Clinton have been hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein? Absolutely not. But does it surprise me? No. But also, if you look at those Epstein files, Epstein was in good with a whole lot of politicians. See, it ain't just Bill Clinton. But they don't want you to know everybody involved. Why? Because then you're going to start looking at everybody funny. It's a lot more people involved. but you and I don't get to have that information. Scientists and doctors too, Carla. Because when you read those files, a lot of things happen to those children. And they were seeing doctors. So people knew, they knew. People knew what was happening. They just didn't care because they benefited from what was happening. They just didn't care. Yep, the Clintons are Ivy League educated. And let me tell you something. I remember when Bill Clinton was running for office, and I remember when he became president. And I remember at first people liked Hillary Clinton, then they hated her. You know why? She's when it came to being in the White House, she was a highly educated woman. Like Michelle Obama. See? Highly educated woman. They were threatened by that shit. They wanted Hillary to pick out China and trees and flowers. Hillary was like, no, bitch, I went to fucking college and law school. I am not going to just pick out flowers in fucking China. I'm not doing that. There are other things that I think that I can be beneficial to help make this country better. And she became an enemy of the Republican Party when she tried to give children health care. Hillary started it when she tried to give children health care. And they didn't like that. They didn't like that. They were like, wait a minute. Nobody asked this bitch for that. Her husband was like, my wife can do whatever she want to do. Because kids did need health care. The Clintons are not going to be arrested. They're not. Trump is playing with people when he say that shit. He's not going to arrest the Clintons. Think about it. If he was going to arrest Bill and Hillary Clinton, why wouldn't he have done it last year? They're a distraction, y'all. I'm telling y'all. The Clinton stuff is a distraction. That's all. It's just a distraction for Paw. Did y'all even notice when he was in the Oval Office yesterday? Okay, you see the hand up here with the bruise. Did y'all notice how he had the hand over the other hand so you couldn't see it? He was like, I was like, this guy hasn't moved this hand. He hasn't done this or this or this or that. Trump uses his hands a lot. He said, no, ma'am, y'all not going to keep taking pictures and video of me with my hand. Just put the fucking glove on, man. He could be like that guy. Y'all remember that movie, The Losers? Y'all remember that movie? I love that movie. The Losers with Zoe Saldana and Idris Elba and Dean Morgan. Y'all remember that movie? Y'all remember the evil guy in that movie had the gloves on? He could just put a glove on one hand like that other guy did. Are you short? Are you standing in a hole? Man, I love that movie. That villain is wonderful. He's a crass ass man, but he makes for great movies. I was mad that they got rid of him because that's a good villain. They should have did a new movie and do the backstory on that villain. That villain was a good ass villain. I enjoyed him a lot. But yeah, y'all. But I'm looking and I'm going, and I'm reading something where a young person is saying the Epstein stuff has got him all messed up. Because now he realizes that our highest institutions in our society are compromised by PDFs. There are millions of files containing the most powerful people's dirty laundry, and those who supposedly meant to protect us are fighting tooth and nail so we don't see it. Absolutely. That's why those people also wanted Donald Trump to become president again. Because they knew if Donald Trump became president, he would have a reason to block the true release of those files. Why? He's in them. He's in the files. And they knew that. So that's why they were really wanting to be behind Trump. This wasn't just money why they wanted Trump back. It's also to protect their reputations. And there's a company selling expensive furniture whose products also happen to share the names of missing children. I'm going to say that one more time. There is a company that is selling expensive furniture, and the furniture happens to share the same names of the children that are missing. Y'all can keep believing in coincidences if you want to. There is no such thing. There is no such thing. Now, this is based upon what I see the guy talk about online, right? So I'm gonna go over here to, and I see all the pictures with Wayfair. Ooh, the Kayla shelf. Kayla Coleman's missing. The Samaya shelf. Samaya Moomin is missing. Yaritza storage cabinet. Well, Yaritza Castro missing. Annabelle 5 shelf. Annabelle Wilson missing. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo. See, I don't shop at Wayfair because Wayfair charges too much. Look, I went looking. Y'all know me. I don't see that one though. Let me see if I see this other one. Yaritza. Because see, the internet gonna do what the internet does. Watch this. I'm gonna try something real quick. I just want to see something. Y'all know me. I'm always like of the trust but verify type of thing. Oh shit. They do have a Yaritza. Yaritza shelf storage cabinets. Wayfair. Chill. Listen. I told you I ain't no such thing as a coincidence. So this morning, we're about to get started on Patreon with our uncensored show. Like I said, I got a lot of things to show y'all this morning about even more about this Epstein case that I can't share on TikTok. I'm messed up too, Zarvis, because I'm like, whoa, I don't even know what to say about that. Except I told y'all this shit goes pretty deep. And that's why them rich people wanted Donald Trump to win. That's why they wanted Trump to win again. Because they wanted him to win for one simple reason, to keep hiding all these fucking secrets. That was the goal, to hide all these secrets from the American people. That was the goal. That was the goal. That was the goal. And see, the distractions are things like, oh, it's this and it's that. All that shit is distractions to keep us from digging any deeper. Because I'm telling you, as we dig deeper, the house of cards starts to get weak. You understand? I'm telling you. You remember that movie Taken? What they say, life imitating art. That's all I'll say to that. And a lot of times with art, especially when people write movies and stuff, they look at the news stories and then they write movies loosely based on those stories. Yeah, they're hiding right in plain sight, right in our fucking face. And they're buying government so that they can continue to do all the shit that they're doing with no consequence. That should bother every American, because it's our children that are at risk. Because if our children come up missing, nobody's going to care. That's why they don't really look for them, because they ain't missing. I always said, listen, people don't disappear, but dead people also don't talk. Y'all get where I'm coming from? Dead people don't talk. Yep, if they go after one, they got to get everybody. And Trump's the type of motherfucker. Now think about this. And Trump built different. He the type of motherfucker, if I go down, we all go down. I be damn, I be the only motherfucker that pay the price for this shit, because I wasn't the only motherfucker doing it. That's how Trump built. So it's to their benefit to protect him, because if they don't protect him, he gonna knock over everything. He'll be out there like my man from Training Day. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. That's Trump. Yep. And you said he already said it? Yeah. So Trump, there's no reason for him. That's why the rich wanted Trump to win too. And that's why rich people paid for bots to convince you to vote against your own best interests. Boom. Y'all get it now? Y'all get it now? This shit is bad. Okay? And the very people who told you it's not us, it's them, those are the people who are doing it. Those are the people who are doing it. And the people who are also just as much culpable are the people who are helping to hide it. See, it's not just the people who did it, but people who helped to hide it. All of them are part of it because they helped to hide what they knew was true. But they said nothing and they did nothing. Listen, thank y'all this morning. I want to remind y'all, don't forget today, the newest episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast drops this evening at 7:00 p.m. This episode is called The Cost of Keeping Up. And how, as an American, your cost just to survive, not live extravagant, but your cost for basic necessities is out of control. And I'm wondering if it's even sustainable. Real talk. I'm wondering if it's even sustainable. Because I'm telling you, we're hitting a point. Y'all see with all these layoffs, I put this up the other day. I'll show you this as I put this up the other day. All these companies that are doing layoffs. And the list just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. Because this is about rich people doing efficiency organization, which is getting more money in their pocket. Okay? They just want more money. And they're not willing to lose on their profits so you can feed your family. No disrespect, I'm going to say it just like this. Fuck your family. They don't care about your family. Catch that part. Only time they care about you is when it's time for a fucking election. And pretty soon they won't even need you then. Because they'll just fix it so they win regardless. See? So listen to the Straight No Chaser podcast today. You can find it. The link is in my bio. Because my podcast is on Patreon, Spotify, and YouTube. Okay? Listen and let me know what you think. Yet Trump says Trump says unemployment is down. Trump's a whole liar. What did I tell y'all? In January alone, over 600,000 jobs were lost. Just last month. In America. In America. We are bad off. And the old guy in charge just keeps lying. Why? Because the facts don't make him look good. Yeah, exactly, smiley face. I keep asking people, are they tired of winning yet? That's why when people say, don't give MAGA a hard time, to them I say, fuck you. Fuck yeah, I am. Because they talk so fucking smug before the election, like they knew the right thing to do, but they didn't do it. Fuck them. I don't have to be nice to those people at all. I don't have to be nice to them at all. They wasn't nice. So why should I treat them with more compassion and respect than they treated me? And if you think for 1 second treating them better than they treated you is going to cause those people to treat you with more respect, I got a bridge to sell you. Because it doesn't, these people have, my video I said the other day, they've peaked in high school. Okay? Okay? Now, the last thing I want to remind you something, especially because I see Kiara in here. And Kiara, I know you make content. Listen, I got another tip for all of y'all. But Kiara, you need to listen to this because I told you this yesterday. Because you told me, you said you got rid of your Facebook, you put it back. Listen, Facebook pay you for your reels and your stories. I've already made almost $150 since becoming monetized yesterday. Get your ass on Facebook. Get your ass on Facebook. Because Facebook does not require 1-minute videos to be paid. None of that shit. That reel or story can be as long as short as you want it. And you submit it to Drumbeat. Awesome, Kiara. I got to shoot my Drumbeat videos today. And let me know if you have any questions, because I can tell. Remember that tip I told y'all about Drumbeat videos? If you signed up for Drumbeat and they approved you, there are 3 opportunities that they just added yesterday. Go over there and make videos. I'm going to tell you, Kiara, and anybody else who signed up for Drumbeat, this is to help you get more views on those videos. Go to Creator Search Insights. Search for topics that relate to that video. Make a video under that Creator Search Insights, and TikTok will automatically elevate that video and give it more views because you did it through Creator Search Insights. Don't say I ain't never gave you nothing. Drumbeat is Drumbeat. Go to a website. The URL for it is hellodrumbeat.com. Drumbeat is basically an app that they pay you off of the views you got on your videos from other platforms. So they'll say, okay, we got this initiative where a nonprofit has given us money to talk about how it's not good to watch too much TV and the impacts of watching too much TV, right? So what you do is you make a video, you post it on, they pay you for your views on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So what you do is you put the videos up on their platforms, and then you submit your URLs for your videos on Drumbeat. After a couple days, they pay you on those views. Y'all remember that pet food video I did? I did that video because it was an initiative on Drumbeat to talk about the high cost of pet food. I made over $500 off that one video. TikTok paid me $30 for the same video. Get your ass on Drumbeat. My balance now on Drumbeat. Look, I'll show y'all from afar. Show you. That's my current balance on Drumbeat. $947.69. I've only submitted 11 total submissions. That's it. Get your ass on Drumbeat. Okay? I'm just trying to tell you, it's not really an app you use on your phone, more so than it's a website, to be honest with you, that pays you for your views on other social media platforms. Get your ass on there. And I'll put that post up on Patreon today. I'm going to put a post up on Patreon today that has several apps or websites that will pay you for your views. No problem, Books to Inspire. They're taking content creators. And Kiara, how many followers do you have? Because see, for those of you who thought, well, I shouldn't apply to that because they're not going to accept me. Kiara got accepted. Kiara doesn't have a shitload of followers. Yep, it takes about 2 weeks to hear back after you apply, but you will hear back. And they're always looking for creators. Look, Kiara only has 17,000 people on his main page, and he got accepted to Drumbeat. You don't need a shitload of followers. They just want you to get the views on the fucking video. Good, Kim, do that shit. They have 3 new opportunities that popped up yesterday. And I'm going to tell y'all exactly what they are. That's why it's money to be made, right? And you can submit unlimited videos per opportunity. They just cap you out. One video, they'll pay you up to $1,000. One initiative, they'll pay up to $1,000. You can submit as many videos you want on it. The other 2, they'll pay you up to $750. You can submit it many times as you want to, until the initiative closes or until the money runs out. And they show you how much money is left in there. Stop playing with it. These are places that they just want the topics discussed. Content creators aren't making enough content about these things, so they'll pay you to do it. Oh, you was already talking about the Patriot Pox? See, Kiara, now you can get paid on it. And let me tell y'all something. If you can make $15 on there, you can make $1,500 on there. If you can make $1,500, you can make $10,000. If you can make $10,000, you can make $50,000. You understand? That's how my mind works. All I need to know is I can make some money. Because then that lets me know I can make money as long as I put in the effort. Get your ass on Drumbeat. Okay? Y'all know I don't gatekeep. I'm not even going to fucking gatekeep. I just tell it. Because it's enough money to be made on the internet that there's no reason to gatekeep the shit. And quiet as kept, I ain't going to create no class to teach about that shit. I already know I'm not. So I'm going to share it. Go to hellodrumbeat.com and apply. You'll hear back in about 2 weeks, whether or not you were accepted or denied. But I don't know nobody that I referred that got denied. Nobody I know has told me they didn't get accepted. And you make that video once. Put it on TikTok, put it on Instagram, and put it on YouTube. Yep. Anthony put the URL right there for y'all. Get your ass over on Drumbeat and let me know how it works for you. Cause I'm not gonna gatekeep. I show you, I make my money. And get this, they pay direct deposit. Catch that part. When they do come to pay you, okay, and Kiara, I'll tell you this too. They gonna tell you to set up an account on bill.com. It's basically an invoicing website, and you hook that to your bank account or your pay account, whatever pay account you want to use. And so when they pay you out, they request an invoice from you. You can do PayPal, but you still have to use Bill to set it up because Drumbeat uses Bill to pay their invoices out, to pay content creators. So you have to use it to get your money. You ain't got no choice. But Bill lets you deposit right into your bank account or right into your I think you can use PayPal, but I have mine go right to my bank account. So Drumbeat pay quick. After 5 days, and you got the qualified views. Oh, you getting that money gonna slide right in your bank account like it's nobody's business. Stop playing with this. And they pay you for referrals. Now, granted, you only get $10, but couldn't you use an extra $10 here, $10 there? Shit. Get your ass on Drumbeat, folks, okay? So we're about to get started on Patreon because I got so much to share this morning, and I want to make sure I get this show done before 12. Maybe we might be there a little bit after 12, but not anything really crazy because I got Drumbeat videos to make today, and I got other videos I got to make. So thank y'all for being here this morning. Listen, I appreciate you. All right. Don't forget that I do that. Do they make your content theirs? No, it's still your content, Mimi. That's the thing. They don't want to own your content. They just want you to talk about certain subjects. That's it. They don't own your content. This is your content. You posted it on your own social media sites or social media pages. They don't own it at all. They just, okay, I'm going to give y'all an example before I wrap up, right? So, say for example, let me go back to Drumbeat. One of the things right now is baby boomers versus now. Who had it easier? I'm going to give y'all an example, right? So they saying they want you to talk about who had it easier, baby boomers or us. And they give you 4 speaking points. And they ask you to just highlight 1 or 2 of them in your video. However you choose to highlight it and talk about it is on you. That's all they ask for you to do. And then they say to you, they don't want you to endorse no political candidate. You can't oppose no political candidate because these are non-political videos. They don't want you to promote no ads or products in them. The message got to be nonpartisan and educational. And if you make claims that are not supported or provided by the article, you have to cite your source. Their whole point is they're trying to combat misinformation. So they pay you to make content that's true, not a lie. That's it. And they go to your socials to see if you did it, just like Kiara said, how many views you got. But sometimes they might ask you for analytics in the beginning, which means you just go to your analytics page and tell them certain things, like how many views you got, how many were women, how many were men, how many were under the age of 25? Just silly shit like that. Baby boomers versus everybody. Not just millennials, not just Gen Z. See? Y'all overthinking it. Don't overthinking it. I know it sounds too good to be true. It's not. It's simple. Right. MAGA couldn't make money on a site like this because they ain't gonna tell the truth. But if you tell the truth and you know how to talk, you can make money with Drumbeat. Get your ass on Drumbeat. Okay? Your friend could do her food content if they have food opportunities available, but even if they don't, she could talk about other things, still get the views. Other opportunities. Listen, you can't pigeonhole yourself. These opportunities be paying $1,000 a pop. Yep. Kiara did it as well. He telling you it's not that hard. At all. It's not as hard as people think it is. This is easy money. You want easy money? Get your ass on Drumbeat. Okay? So I thank y'all for joining me this morning. Listen, before I wrap up, I want to say thank you for the 120,000 likes. I appreciate it. Thank you. We got over 200. We got almost 300 shares this morning. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for all the gifts. Thank you for the engagement and support. Before I wrap up this morning, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. Number 1, beautiful, sassy Scorpio. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, handsome Marky. Thank you so much, Marky. Number 3, beautiful Scorpio girl. Thank you so much. Number 4, beautiful Miss Shannon. Thank you so much. And number 5, beautiful Kim. Thank you, beautiful. And a special shout out to beautiful user 229. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the mods who assisted this morning. And I want to send a special shout out to MAGA. Thank y'all for loving me and giving me that engagement and coming to my lives and being on my videos. I love triggering y'all. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So thank y'all for that too. I really do appreciate it, MAGA. What they say, I'm gonna hit y'all with the joker. You complete me. What they say, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to block you because you complete me. Okay, so thank y'all. All right, so Patreon, we are about to get started over here because I got a lot of good content this morning that I want to show y'all and share with y'all. Also, don't forget tonight to listen to the Straight No Chaser podcast, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I love you all. Don't let nobody live rent free in your head. Don't feed any trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. Have a beautiful and blessed day.